Okay, so we are going to start by looking at some of the homework I left last week. So the first one was, I think, question 2, which had the star. It was in order to write as a single fraction 5 over x minus 2 over y. So the easiest option here was just going to be to use a cross and smile or kiss and smile, whatever you call it. Okay.
Yep.
So that would mean you would get at the end 5y minus 2x divided by xy.
Yep.
Okay, so the second one should be very similar. Cross and smile, but this time we've got AD plus BC over CD. So we just times C and D, it's time x and y. C we've done together and we've managed to simplify it as well. Okay, then D, this time we're going to try and see if we can find the common factors or lowest common multiples, common factors here. So we had 4x and 5x squared. So the 4 and the 5, unfortunately, they would need to be 20. And then x cubed. So once you've got that, then you can do cross and smile as well. 7 times 5, which is 35x squared minus 12x. And the thing is, you need to see that you can factorize the top with x times 35x minus 12, and at the bottom, x times 20x squared. So you've got to simplify as far as you can. That's why the question was in its simplest form at the top, okay? So I don't know if you've managed to see that.
I didn't go as far as that, but I can see it now.
Yeah, so it was either to do it like that, cross and smile, or you could have find your highest common factor here, the lowest common factor here would have been 20x squared. So you would time this one by 7x, and at the bottom you would get your 20x squared. But if you've got just one way of doing it, the next one, you would treat 1 over x plus 2 over y, so you could put like your brackets, and once you've done that, you would get y plus 2x divided by xy, and then you would use that new fraction plus 3 over z, then you would do again cross and smile. So it's a two-step basically to do this one. So the first step was done doing these two first, 1 over x plus 2 over y, and the answer to that was just added to 3 over z. Okay, so that would have been the y plus 2x divided by xy. So that's what's in the brackets, plus 3 over z, and this time you'll have your x, y, z at the bottom, 3x, y, z, yz plus 2xz. Okay? So the next one, again, you could do it as a cross and smile. So you've got pqr squared at the bottom, qr minus 3pr, and then you would need to factorize because r is a common factor here between the two. And at the bottom, you've got r squared, so you can rewrite it as r times pqr, and the two r's would just simplify, and you end up with q minus 3p over pqr. Yeah?
Yeah.
So you need to remember to factorize with r, both at the top and the bottom.
Okay.
The next one, the way we did it was, to find x cubed. So again, that was cross and smile, and we've simplified. And the last one, you would treat that first, you would do a over d minus b over e, and that would be your ae minus bd divided by de. And then after that, you would just finish it all off.
You just bolt on the C and F, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so the next page we had was slightly more complicated, but again, you would just do your cross and smile. So this time you would do 6 times x plus 3 times, you need to remember, usually the best thing I tell the student to do is to just put those brackets in, so it makes it easier for you. 3 times x minus 2, the whole thing over 18, and your answer should be, so 2x over 6 plus x minus 2 over 6. So here, the way I've used it is to find the highest common here. Your multiples is over 6. 3x minus 2 divided by 6 is your answer. Or you could have done 6x plus 3 times x minus 2 over 18, and then you would have need to simplify it because you'll have a 3 at the top and a 3 at the bottom to simplify. So both ways should work. Okay. The next one, same thing here. I'm just going to make this 4 as an 8 to get the common denominator. Yep. And then 2x plus 2. So you will get 2x plus 2 over 8 plus x minus 3 over 8. Then you add 2x and x, that's 3x. Negative 3 plus 2, which is just negative 1
That's
over
what I
8.
was thinking. There was just figuring out how to get the denominators the same.
Yeah.
Or numerators.
I think that was the question you were asking. Yeah.
It was just giving me a bit of a headache, but I think I understand now. Just even for the 3 and the 4 here, like you want to have.
So these are quite straightforward to see. But when you come to 3 and the 4, then you will need to do 4 times 3, which is 12. So you might as well just use here the kiss and smile method, 4 times. But the thing to remember is it's going to be 4 times 2x minus 1. The common mistake that we see is people do the 4 times 2x and they forget to time the minus 1 as well with the 4. Then minus 3x, and that should be 4 times 2x minus 1 minus 3x, which is 4 times 2x, that's 8x. 8x minus 3x is 5x. 4 times negative 1 minus 4, and then over 12. Okay. The next one here, I've got 5 and 3, so they're both, again, so once you've seen these are prime numbers, then your common denominator is just going to be 5 times 3. So you might as well use the cross and smile by making sure you will time both 5 x minus 3 plus 3 x minus 2. Then 5 times x is 5x. 3 times x is 3x. 5 plus 3 is your 8x. That's where 8x is coming from. 5 times negative 3, negative 15. 3 times negative 2, negative 6. So negative 15, negative 6 gives you your negative 21. Okay. So yeah.
I prefer using the spelling kiss. I think you can use that bog standard, can't you? Just with all of them.
That's why people prefer to have one method and they just stick to it, because they know then they don't have to look for the highest. Okay. Again, 2 and 3, 6. We've done that one. 2 times 2x minus 2 minus 3 times x plus 1. The next one, I've got 4 and 3. Again, because it's a 4 and a 3, 4 times 3 is going to be 12. So you would do 4 times 2x minus 1 minus 3 times x minus 3. So 4 times 2x, 8x minus 3x, that's your 5x. Negative 4, negative 3 times negative 3 is a positive 9. So 9 minus 4 is just 5. So in its simplest form, people would argue that you give the answer as a factorized answer, which means if they ask you replace x with, I don't know, 4, for example, then you know it's 4 plus 1, 5, 5 times 5, 25. So that's why they they insist on people factorizing at the end. Okay. The next one is a combination of both. So you'll treat the first one first. Once you've got that, then it becomes 11x
minus 13, I got that.
minus 13. Yeah, so what I've done for the second one, because I've got 12 and 6, I'm just going to use the common denominator here. 2 times 6 is 12. So I need to time both 2x and 3 by 2. So I got my 4x minus 6. So at the end, you've got 11x minus 4x, which is 7x, negative 13 minus 6, which is plus 6, which is your minus 7. And we just factorize the 7. Okay?
Yeah.
Quite. Once you get the hang
I know,
of
it's
it,
getting the hang of it.
yeah,
I think.
then you
A
should
lot
be
of
okay.
working. I mean, that G, that's a horrendous amount of work.
Yeah. But like I said, if
split it up with it, you know.
Yeah, I'm skipping probably a step here. You could have added another step where you'll get your 8x minus 4.
Tidy that up so that you have 8x, minus 4. That's what I sort of did. Then I started running it. Obviously, I ran it. I was at the bottom, so I was like running it. But I can see how it comes together. But yeah,
it's much safer. To take your time and then it gives you a better chance to see where you might have made a mistake. Yeah. But once
so CG, is that really an exam style question?
Yeah, G could be an exam style question.
That's the kind of level you'd be.
That's I think you're never going to get that hard. I think F is more likely what you would get during an exam.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. They would give G, for example, if they need another mark or two, because they make sure the marks are like 50 or 80, a round number. If they needed an extra mark, for example, someone might say, okay, I need a couple of marks to add, then I can fire that one. But I've rarely seen it that way. Okay, so for the next set of homework, it was again similar thing, but this time, as you can see, the x's are all in the denominators. So what we do is just kiss and smile again. So 3 times x minus 2, but again, whenever you see these, try and put these wee brackets so you know it's minus 2 times x plus 1, which is minus 2x minus 2 divided by x times x plus 1. Okay? Then you can simplify. 3x minus 2x is just x minus 2 over x plus 1. Next one, very similar. So you're going to have a 4x plus 3x. I expect to see a 7x at the top. 3 times negative 2 minus 6 over x times x minus 2. So 7x minus 6 divided by x minus 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, I've probably skipped one line of work in there. It's just run out of space.
Use the denominator, Adrian. I had x squared minus 2x. Is that wrong?
No, I think that's okay. You would still get them out. You don't have to put it that way. You don't have to. You can just say it's that time that, and that you just put them together.
Yeah.
But if you put x squared minus 2x, you will still get the same mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
No worries.
It just means because once you've done that, you've added yourself another chance to maybe make a mistake, for example. Because you could have said, oh, that's x squared minus 2, and just move on. Whereas if you just say, oh, that's this time this, I just leave it like that, then you don't get the chance of making an extra mistake. Okay. So the next one, we're going to get 5 times x plus 3 plus 3 times x minus 2 over x minus 2 times x plus 3. Again, you don't need to expand it. You can just leave it like that. But you need to simplify at the top. 5x plus 3x, that's 8x. 15 minus 6, that's 9.
I finished it with 8x plus 9, and at the bottom the denominator was x squared plus x minus 6. But
Minus 6, yeah.
Yeah, so
That's fine. But again, you don't have to.
Okay, no. Cool.
The next one, because you've got a difference of two squares here, 1 plus x, 1 minus x, then you can write them as 1 minus x squared. Difference of two squares is seen in the simplest form, 1 minus x squared. And at the top, you get 3 times 1 minus x, which is 3 minus 3x, negative 2 times x plus 1, which is negative 2x, negative 2. So your end result will be 3 minus 2, which is 1 minus 5x divided by 1 minus x squared. But again, you could have left it like that. It would have been okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Next one, we've got 2 times x minus 1, 3 times 2x plus 1. And then if you do all this, so you'll get 2x plus 6x. That'd be 8x. And then you would need to factorize. Yeah, you would need to simplify. 6x plus 2x, which is 8x plus 1 divided by 2x plus 1 times x minus 1. They're not too difficult, actually, these ones, because you manipulate less numbers.
It's more looking at the initial question, like see when we're talking about it just now, it's so easy, but when you look at the question initially, I just know like from previous exams, because every question's like a different subject, do you know what I mean? Like a different units, it's like an instant panic in my head.
Or people sometimes tend to forget that whenever you've got adding fractions or taking away a fraction, they forget that you can just use that cross and smile.
Yeah.
I've seen people going like 7 times 2 and then 3x minus 1 times x plus 1. And I keep saying to them, look, when you add and you subtract, you've got to cross and smile. It's only when you time two fractions that you time both numerators and both denominators.
Just practice.
Okay. The next one, you'll get an x plus 1 times x minus 1 at the top here for the cross. That is x squared minus 1 because it's difference of like a difference of two squares, plus 3x minus 2. So you end up with x squared minus 1 plus 3x minus 6, which is just x squared plus 3x minus 7. Yeah? And the bottom, x minus 2 times x minus 1. And the last one in our group here, I've got x plus 3 divided by 2x plus 1 minus 1 minus 2x squared divided by x minus 1. So you would again do x plus 3 times x minus 1, which is your x squared plus 3x minus x, which is plus 2x minus 3. So that's the first part here. Remember, I've skipped one step. And on the other side, you'll have 2x times 1 minus 2x. 2x times minus 2x squared with a minus in front, so that become a plus 4x cubed. Then 1 times negative 1, which is minus 1. And 1 times plus 2x squared, which is just 2x squared. And then you would simplify all this. You've got a 4x cubed on its own. Then you've got 2x squared plus x squared, that's 3x squared. Then you've got 2x minus 2x, they cancel each other. You can see that straight away, these two go. And then minus 3 minus 1, which is just minus 4. So it looked horrendous before you started, but once you, the only bit here you needed to watch is 2x plus 1 times 1 minus 2x squared.
At the bottom, I just, again, I simplified it out, I opened up the brackets. Is that still okay? So it's
That's fine, yeah, it's okay. You just give yourself an extra work
to make
to
my
do.
life hard. Yeah, just
Yeah, so that would have been 2x squared minus x minus 1. Yeah.
You can just group them together. It makes it easier. I'd probably rather do that at the bottom.
Yep, you would still get the mark. Okay. And then the last one in that series, let me see. So in here, we had x squared minus 16. So you would need to see that x squared minus 16 is a difference of 2 squared, which is a bit like x plus 4 times x minus 4. Yeah? Because it's difference of 2 squared. And because of that, you would say to yourself, okay, I've got x plus 4 on the other side. To get this common denominator, I just need to time x plus 4 with x minus 4. And then I've got the common denominator, which is x minus 4 times x plus 4. Yeah?
Yep.
And because I've got a common denominator, it's just 1 minus x minus 4, which is plus 4. 1 plus 4 is just 5. So 5 minus x divided by x squared minus 16. You can leave it like that, or you can just write x minus 4 times x plus 4. Either or would give you the mark. Okay?
Yep.
So yeah, it's to see that difference of 2 squared. Here, you've got to factorize. And once you factorize, you will see that you've got 3 times x squared minus 1, which is again a difference of 2 squared. X minus 1 times x plus 1.
X squared minus 1.
Yeah.
Squares, yeah.
So you've got to see that you can factorize. And that way, the only thing you need to do here is time by 3 x minus 1, the top of this one and the bottom of this fraction, and you end up with just 3x minus 3 plus 1, which is minus 2, divided by 3 times x squared minus 1.
See my final answer, just sorry to go back to Adrian really quickly. Yep. I had finished it as x minus 4 over x plus 4. I cancelled out, obviously I got the common denominator, but then I didn't actually just follow the top line and just do 1 minus x plus 4. I sort of got to the second part, on A, sorry, above you, just above you. I got to that part and I didn't do the top line correctly. That's probably where I went wrong. I got the common denominator.
So you got the x squared minus 16?
Yeah, I got that. It's just I didn't do 1 minus x plus 4. I actually had, what did I have at the top? I had x minus 4 at the top because I timed what the bottom. I timed the bottom. What I had at the bottom, I timed at the top as well. If that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need it, whatever you time the bottom with, you need to time the top with, and that's why, because of that minus, you get minus x plus 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't get a total line. No, that's fine. Now I got it now. Thanks.
So yeah, if that was like a 3 marks, then you would get the mark for the bottom, but not for the top.
Yeah. It's better than nothing.
And the next one, yeah, you needed to make sure that you factorize with the 3. The next one here, because I've got x plus 2, I need to factorize this section here. And I'm sure it's going to be 2 times something. So mom tells me I need to find 2 numbers. If you time them together, I get negative 6. They've already given me 2 here because I know it's going to be 2 somehow. 2 times negative 3 will give me negative 6, and negative 3 plus 2 give me my negative 1. So sometimes just look what you've got already, and that is pointing you towards the answer for the second part. And it's going to be the same for all the ones coming after. Okay. So then I end up with x plus 2 times x minus 3, 2 times x minus 3, minus 5 divided by x plus 2 times x minus 3, and that is just equal to 2x minus 6 minus 5, which is minus 11, divided by x plus 2 times x minus 3. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So just to get the common denominator here, I just time by x minus 3, top and bottom. And that's what you've got there. Yeah? On the next one, here straight away, I can see I've got difference of 2 square, I'm expecting to see an x plus 2 times x minus 2. So one of those would come handy because it's going to come out of here. That x squared plus 3x plus 2 is going to have an x plus 2 to start with, times x plus 1. Yeah?
Yep.
So that x minus 2. So then you would get x minus 2 times x plus 2, and then you time that by x plus 1. The top here you had x plus 1, time that by x plus 1 again. And then the bottom here you've got 3, because you had x minus 2 times x plus 2 on this side. This one needed to be timed by x minus 2 to get the same common denominator. So the common denominator here would be all those 3. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Because this one, like we said, is x plus 2 times x plus 1. X plus 2 times x minus 2. The one that we've added on each one needs to be timed by the top one, by the bottom. And now you can just simplify x squared plus 2x plus 1 plus 3x. So that becomes x squared plus 5x minus 5, because you've got negative 6 plus 1, which is negative 5. And at the bottom, you can just leave it x minus 2 times x plus 2 times x plus 1.
So what you do at the bottom, you must compensate at the top.
Yeah, so whenever to get the common denominator, we needed to time this one by x plus 1 and x plus 1. And on this side, we needed to time by x minus 2. And that's why you've got a common denominator. You can just add them. And after that, you just simplify it. Okay?
Yep.
So the next one, we've got x squared minus 9. So that's going to become an x plus 3 times x minus 3. Very much the same as what we've done. But have a look here. You've got 4x and 12. So I'm going to get 4 out, because you can factorize this as a 4 times x plus 3.
Yeah.
So straight away, this x plus 3 will appear here. And then we will end up with 4x plus 12 minus 3x minus 3. At the bottom, x plus 3x minus 3. 4x minus 3x, that's going to be x. 12 plus 9, that's going to be 21. Yeah, actually, we didn't need to factorize this, because if I had put 4 at the outside, I would just get 4 divided by x minus 3. So we could have simplified this from the start by just saying that we've got 4, the first one, divided by x minus 3. Yeah?
Yeah.
Could have started like that and just cross and smile. 3 times x minus 3, 4 times x plus 3, and we would get this. Okay? So 2 ways, you still get the same answer. Next one, we need to factorize that x squared plus x minus 12. So 12 times 1 should give me the 12. No, 3 times 4. Because I need to get a 1 here, yeah. So positive 4, negative 3 to get me this positive. On this side here, I've got 4 times 1 with positive 4, negative 1. So the first stage would be to factorize them. X plus 4 times x minus 3, x plus 4 times x minus 1. And ideally, you would see a common factor coming out. So now I'm going to have to time this one with x minus 1 to get the common denominator here, and this side with x minus 3. So you get x minus 1 minus x minus 3 divided by all three factors here. So x minus x disappear, minus 1 plus 3 is just 2. So this basically would be trying to figure out if you are you could factorize by using your own method. So you've got 2 factorizations, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 marks. 4 marks just to find these. And then common denominator, that'd be your 5 marks. Then a 6 marks to simplify. So this one could be 6 marks, for example. Okay.
Getting 6 marker. Be happy with that.
Yeah, so as long as then you find out you need to get a common denominator, or you.
Yeah, okay. No, I could manipulate the bottom difference of 2 squares, and then you have to compensate it so you have the same denominator, and then simplify.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna